Greetings, it's Naturopath Eric Backer again with another frequently asked question. I'm the author of Candida Crusher. How contagious is Candida? Is Candida contagious? Can you get it from somebody else? Can you give it to somebody else? Well, not really. It's not a disease that you're going to spread around, that easily. In fact, I don't believe many diseases are easily caught from other people because it all depends on your level of susceptibility. To get sick, you have to be a person who attracts sickness to them. A very interesting book I read when I was a student was called The Organon of Medicine, written by Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. Hahnemann was the founder of homeopathy. Homeopathy has been very malaligned, particularly in the last 5 to 10 years. It's been ridiculed and slammed incredibly, and its biggest opponents obviously are the pharmaceutical industry. But we've seen this 100 years ago in America as well, when homeopathy was almost completely destroyed, and it came back up again. It's been destroyed in many countries again, like the US and the UK, but it will come back up again in years to come. As allopathy and pharmaceutical medicine slowly dies and people realize that these drugs kill more people and maim more people than they cure, natural therapies, powerful natural therapies will once again, rise. I firmly believe that. Hahnemann wrote that in his book that people attract illness to them a bit like a magnet attracts metal to it. Okay, and I've repeatedly seen this as well. People that are stressed, that are weak, that have an increased susceptibility and a decreased resistance are the ones that get sick. So this is especially so. You will find that many people, can be around others who get sick and never get sick. And yet other people develop this sickness spontaneously without even being around someone who's sick. So how does that happen? Why doesn't everybody get sick when somebody else is sick? So it's all about immune resistance. It's all about susceptibility. So if you are a person who suffers from stress, malnutrition, nutritional deficiencies, you've got problems with bowel flora, there are many reasons why we could contract a Candida infection. One of the biggest stresses that can affect us are pharmaceutical drugs, particularly patients who've been taking steroids, anti-inflammatory medications that wreck the gut function, antibiotics that destroy the gut function. These sorts of drugs taken repeatedly. The oral contraceptive pill is another prime one involved in yeast infections. So passing it from one to another is a possibility with intimate contact. So I've certainly seen that occur, but not in all cases, but it can happen. But you're not really going to pass a yeast infection from, one person to another with utensil sharing, like giving somebody a cup or a spoon or something like that. Not generally. Most Candida won't survive the stomach anyway. But certainly genital contact or sexual contact, I've seen that definitely happen. So with partners, it's always important to make sure that if one person has a yeast infection, that the other one, takes precautions. So that's certainly worth bearing in mind. But other conditions, really, like gastrointestinal or toenail fungus, I don't really believe that these things are passed around from one person to another. Many people say that you get athlete's foot just by being in gym rooms, but that's not true. Many people walk around in locker rooms, changing rooms, bare feet, and don't get toenail fungus. Toenail fungus, again, is not a contagious disease. It's a condition that you develop because you wear socks all the time, because you don't aerate your feet, because you have too much sugars in your diet. Again, so these things are not, I believe, passed from necessarily one person to another. So to answer that question, yes and no, it can be spread intimately, but I don't believe in other ways necessarily. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you.